And now we're live, and you're not muted anymore.
Still muted. Yeah.
But you're not. Everyone heard you.
Oh shit.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I did have you muted until the story finished, so it's all good. Welcome, friends. How we doing, everybody, tonight? Welcome on in, JJ, Grim, Nutty, Magic. Good to see you all in the chat. Yeah, get all those shout outs out of the way now. If you like, please, mods. Shout out all the usual friends. Before we get into tonight's show, the challenge has been completed. So the mini adventure challenge has been completed. I have put a poll in the chat, in the Discord, under polls section. There's 6 adventure titles to choose from. I think number 4 or 5 is winning at the moment, which is the Snake Pit. It's got nothing to do with note ropes, just so you guys know. It's got nothing to do with snakes whatsoever. But that is winning at the moment with 5 votes. The voting will remain for probably another couple of weeks, because after we do Curse of Strahd, we will be looking at Mr. Roasted Chicken. We'll be DMing a mini adventure where several of us will be playing in it. And then once that one is completed, I will be, while he's doing that, I'll be prepping for whatever adventure we get. So once the adventure is chosen, I will put an announcement up in the Discord again and announce on stream asking for interested players. So the more the merrier. I'm only going to be selecting 4 players for the mini adventure. So everyone who is interested in playing it, put your name forward when it's called for, and I'll put it into a roll table like we did last time, and I'll just pick out 4 random players and then let you guys know who is playing and what the restrictions are, if any. There will be a few minor restrictions, such as I think most of the adventures are level 5 adventures, again, similar to the last one, and there'll be like things like no feats and a few other bits and pieces as well, but it'll be fun. You pulled your mic out of the damn hole. Okay. Why would you pull your mic out of the hole?
What hole are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You're supposed to walk with no feet. Very carefully, Magic. Very carefully indeed. I'm sure you'll find a way. Anywho, so I think that's about it for that. VTM on Sunday, episode 9, second to last episode, season 2. Make sure you come along and hang out with us on Sunday for that. Then obviously following Sunday, episode 10, the finale. So make sure if you are following the VTM, come and hang out with us for the last 2 sessions of season 2 before we take a break and start the homebrew campaign of Paradigm 2 Shadow's Embrace, which will be on Sundays as well. That should be interesting. Got a session 0 coming up. We're on the 6th of February. And the start will be 13th of February at this stage. Right, players, chat. Without any further ado, we will get into tonight's recap from our last session. What's up, Kitty? So, last we left off, you had all were still inside the Amber Temple, searching. The temple located high upon the Gekas mountain range, wind and snow howling around the top of the mountain and the temple itself. However, you had been sealed inside by unknown persons, I'm pretty sure most of you assumed that it may have been the elf, the dark elf that you had travelled there with, as he had seemed to have disappeared. You had discovered more of the amber tombs around the place. Some of you have accepted gifts given by these tombs, and the consequences have become apparent for some of them. You eventually come back to the main room after searching most of the temple. You come back to the main hall. You have 2 sets of locked doors. Fibble and his newfound companion Timothy decide to head to the southern amber doors, and in doing so triggered a gas trap of sorts, taking a little bit of damage, but eventually opening those doors, and which leads to a large tomb, not of the amber variety, but many semi-mummified bodies of what you can only assume were possibly mages that have maybe served here at the temple at some stage, 11 to be exact, and several empty spaces where bodies could still be interred. Not much there. You move on back to the northern set of doors, which Timothy is employed to push the doors in. Takes a couple of goes, but with the aid of a enlarged spell from Adok, eventually Timothy is able to push through and the doors are opened. You find yourselves looking into an untouched treasure room. Same shape and size as the previous treasure room that you'd found had been completely ransacked and empty. This one, however, contained several large piles of gold and gems and other items. But at its northern end, 2 large amber golems, each sporting the head of a hawk, stand motionless. Discussion backwards and forwards on what to potentially do. Eventually Adok reaches into a treasure pile and grabs a handful of gold coin. In doing so, the golems animate and surge forward, initiating combat. Once or twice, maybe 3 times during this combat, Adok is rendered unconscious, as he seems to be the main target of these creatures. The battle ensued back and forth, but eventually the golems were defeated, with Zadriel, as she calls on her angelic heritage and releasing her wings, but her dark gift manifesting itself in the darkness, the black wings, the dark aura. Expecting to see radiant light energy burst from her warhammer as she strikes the final blow on one of these creatures. Instead, the dark and necrotic energy is released, but is able to deliver the final blow to both golems in the end, bringing the combat to a close. You find at the end of this room, among the treasures and things that you find, a small fissure about 10 feet long and about 3 feet wide at its widest, that leads to, by the looks of it, another portion of the temple which you have not yet discovered. Skaithis is not happy about what has transpired in this room and attacks Adok. A little scuffle ensues, which renders Adok unconscious once again. The scuffle is sort of deterred with a bit of discussion within the group. Zadriel and Karna sort of stepping in and trying to smooth things over somewhat. And you finally settle in, and over about an hour or so you search through the treasures, finding many interesting things. Gold, gems, some rusted armor, some weapons of interest, and other bits and pieces. So essentially this is where we rejoin you now, as you are still standing, or sitting, or resting, whatever you... I think we're allowed to have a short rest in the treasure room. As we'll switch over to that now. What's up, Moody? So, when everything loads, as I said, you still find yourselves in this treasure room. You have, I assumed, with going through the treasure, hopefully someone wrote stuff down. You've gathered treasures and weapons and bits and pieces. Did anyone write anything down, or do we have to go through it again?
Carlos wrote down what he took.
Okay, so we can go through the treasure again if you wish to take stuff. Make that decision on your own. You can discuss that now, whether you're going to take any of the stuff or you're going to leave it where it is. But we can go through it again.
Skaithis, did you pick up them there diamonds?
You can have the diamonds. I don't want them.
All right. Anyone else want the diamonds, or I can put them in my pack? You know, for the...
Adok should not get the diamonds.
I can take the diamonds to heal, if you wish.
That's probably the best.
Oh, that is just rude. I mean, whose hands do you think there will be more safest? Mine, because I'm never going to give it up, am I? Fair point. You're a fool.
It's not that
All
we
of
don't
us.
trust you, Adok. It's that she can use them to bring you back to life if you die.
Yeah, I'll give it. If I was dead to her, she could take it.
Hmm. I mean, I trust you. So, Zadriel, you got those diamonds?
Yeah.
Wait,
Thank
what?
you.
How much stuff can you fit in that magical pocket dimension? Like all of it? Can we just scoop it and shovel it in?
No, it doesn't quite
Well,
work that way.
if we kill you, we can put you in, maybe.
That is really irrelevant, Scafus, and I worry about you. Is anyone else worrying about him?
All the time.
Yeah.
Do we
So
take some gold? Because if we
Yes.
get to a place we need to buy something.
All
Fill
of
your
it.
pockets, Adok. Fill your pockets.
Yeah, all right, but put some more in that bag of yours. You got room? Come on.
DM, how much platinum was there again?
It was 600 platinum in one of the piles.
I'm just going to take the platinum if no one cares.
Okay, so again, for context, 600 platinum is about 6,000 gold.
Yeah.
DM, I would like to take and carry as much gold as I can, even if it makes me encumbered.
Okay, I would say if no one tries to stop you, you would be able to put a fair amount into your pack. Let's say maybe 15 to 1800 gold worth, but that would start to weigh you down. I wouldn't say you were encumbered, but you would be really close.
I have taken 3 dresses, the Sylvia Rapier, and 500 gold.
Okay. And you have 500 golds worth of diamonds as well. So you're aware of that. Enough to cast for one cast of Revivify. And they're not all one diamond, they're all small diamonds. So there's enough diamonds there to collectively, which would leave you a little bit left over if you were able to find the equivalent to make it up. You could potentially get a second cast. What else was there? I know Karnos you took was like a warhammer or a warpick. It was one of each, wasn't it? Have we lost Karnos? Oh, no.
Sorry, say that again.
You took a warhammer and a warpick, just one of each.
Yes, one warhammer, one warpick.
Sweet.
I was reading my backpack.
I think there wasn't a whole lot else. There was a few bits and pieces worth stuff, like there was the child-sized sarcophagus that was made of black wood, was inlaid with gold. It was worth about 250 gold roughly. The gilded chariot, which was not full size but not super small either, you're probably looking sort of 1 to 3rd, like a 3rd scale, so it was still reasonably sized, and it would not fit in the bag of holding. It would be too big. There was some jewelry as well, worth about 250 gold pieces each.
I was going to take that.
Okay, so 10 pieces of jewelry, worth roughly 250 gold each. All mundane, not really not magical at all. But there were 75 empty bottles for the tinkerers and alchemists in the group, in case anyone needs an empty glass bottle. I think that was really about it. The iron ingots, I'm not sure if Fibble was interested in those. Nope, no problem. Set of 12 copper chalices. And the gilded skull with red garnets in its eye sockets as well.
Hell yeah, I'm taking that.
So that was generally about it. Yeah. Still a lot of gold left over though. Like, there's a lot of gold and copper and silver still scattered. Like, there's far more than any of you could probably carry. So make note of what you decide to take. Scathus, do you help yourself to anything?
Nada.
You don't take even a single coin, weapon, nothing like that?
Adok, in that case, is going to go around and is going to be trying to palm off bits of leftover coin to everyone who hasn't taken coin. Just so he's going to say, all right, everyone, come on, take some bit of gold. You, Scaphus, Sadriel, Fibble, take it. You never know when this is handy. Come on, guys. Just dig in. Take a bit.
Not Fibblesip. Adok, roll a wisdom save for me.
12.
That would definitely be a failure. You feel a pressure on your mind again. And you hear a familiar, smooth voice into your mind. Slight chuckle. And just simply says, 12 hours is all you have left. You really think you're going to live long enough to spend it?
What did you say, Carlos?
I said, it's time to hurry up and get on to the next room. I can see Fibblestib is impatiently pacing.
Right, okay. Just make sure we all take leftover gold. Did anyone else hearing anything at all?
People, are you good or you have to poop?
Just me. Okay.
No. Well, no.
You're pacing back and forth.
Yeah, because you're taking money that's going to be useless.
So let's go. Just go. They will follow.
I need adult to shrink. Timmy.
I've done that. You want me to do it again?
So
He can't get
did,
any smaller.
Yeah, he did shrink him down, so he's now medium-sized. So it's still going to be a bit of a squeeze to get people through this gap, but it's doable. It might be a roll involved for those that are in heavier armor, but
I'd start sending Tim through first, and then I'd go behind him.
okay. So we will get Timmy. We'll get about halfway through. I need you to make a dexterity check for me, just a straight dex roll for Timmy. DC's not super high. Oh. Timothy gets a little wedged. You see him moving through, and you hear that scraping of stone on his body, and he sort of looks back, doesn't say anything, and then looks forward, and you see him struggling a little bit. I'll get you to make a strength check, just a straight strength check with him now. It's not much better. He manages to move forward maybe another foot, but he is now wedged. You might need a little help to get through.
Didn't you have any oil or something, or some butter, grease? You want us to help push?
I don't know. Just wait a minute. I'm thinking.
I'm actually looking at what in particular potion does right now.
No worries. So we'll move on to. There is like a split in the center, so there is another way for someone else to go if someone else wishes to maybe go through and try and get on the other side to pull Timmy through as well.
Yeah, I'll go through.
The Scathus.
Yeah, you don't wear much armor, do you, Scathus?
Armor? What armor?
Yeah, that's my point. I'm looking at me, I'm looking back at Scathus, and I feel like I'm going to get stuck in there like that robot thing.
So Scathus, you, with your minimal amount of armor, meaning 0 armor, I'll need you to, I'll move you through, but where the hell are you at? There you are. I need you to make a roll for me, please. Dexterity. It's a straight dex roll. 20 plus your dex modifier. 9. Not great. You get about halfway through and it's pretty tight. You're not stuck, but you slow right down. And you get to the end and you think, shit, is my foot caught on something? I think you kind of... You need to make another one, please.
So with that, I close my eyes, concentrate.
You suck in your gut and you concentrate and you scoot down and sort of almost dive roll through, popping out on the other side. We will resolve what you see. Just don't move around. We'll resolve what you see once everyone else gets through in just a moment. So, Skates, as you pop through on the other side, you can see Timothy's there. He's not in light. He's sort of a bit stuck. You can reach through and grab his arm if you wanted to aid him in his next strength roll. Do you help Timothy?
I'll help it.
So, Sadiq, would you please make another strength check with advantage as Timothy is getting a bit of help. Still not a great roll, but far better than the natural one that you rolled. Wow, 13. With that, Skathis, you managed to pull Timothy through to the other side, and even though he's practically on top of you right now, he's actually not really. We'll put him over there. You managed to pull him through, and that sound of metal on stone sort of, yeah, as you pull him through, and he sort of pops out the other side. Who's next?
I was right behind Timothy,
So you're small enough. I would say that you would probably be able to scoot through there relatively easily without any checks. Being the rock gnome, you were able to sort of maneuver your way through, sort of hunker down under some protruding rock and move your way through quite relatively easily. So we'll put you over here by Timothy.
Adok, I'm looking at Zadriel, looking back at me, and we're in the biggest armor of the lot. Adok, I think you should probably go next. We're going to have some struggles, I feel.
All right, can do. Adok's gonna make his way. Will proceed to try and make his way through. Just calling his cannon behind him. It only lasts for an hour though.
It's probably disappeared by now. You guys were in there for about an hour or so, searching through the.
We had a short rest too, so
through the coin and stuff. So Adok, as you scoot through the first part, it's not too bad getting through that first bit. Then it narrows down a little bit. You have to sort of maneuver yourself around. I get a dex roll from you, please. A D20 plus your dex modifier.
Oh, that's the same. 3. I have exhaustion, so it's disadvantage.
Okay, so you got a 3, which is not good. Which is a natural 1. So, Karnos and Zadriel, as you watch Adok's new form, however, being human, you're a little bit confused about how this body works still. You just, I'd say, probably inadvertently think, oh, no, I can get through that, easy. And you work your way through, and then you go, shit. You can't move. You're stuck.
All right. I've got an idea. Fibble, are you standing away from Timothy?
Wow. Yeah. Why?
Right. Okay, just can I move my arms at all? Anything like that?
You'd be able to move if you're wanting to cast a spell, yeah. You'd be able to move your hands for somatic purposes with your spells easily enough.
Okay, great.
You're just sort of wedged in about your mid-drift, like...
Oh, can I reach my component pouch at all, or no?
Yeah, you'd be able to.
Fucking A. Okay, yeah, Adok, immediately after that, you would see Timothy just go back to its normal size and revert. Then Adok would cast, with a bit of rubble, a circular rubble sign that goes around him and just reduce his size as he casts.
Okay, so Timothy reforms back to his natural size, which easy enough to do where he's standing. and you reduce your size to one size smaller than medium, so you're back down to being a short, small person once again. Far more comfortable than being human-sized, and you manage to step through and move your way through into the next room.
While he's doing that and getting himself through, I'm over by Zedria. I'll be saying, and I'm unbuckling my armor so I can squish it and throw that through.
Adok, no, Canos. I've got this liquid that might help you.
Oh, is it butter?
No, it's a potion of transformation.
I think he's done enough of that already.
I'll be right. I'll just throw my armor and my shield through, and we get through. And Zadra, you might have to do the same, right?
Yeah, but you could turn yourself into something smaller and then just walk through like normal.
How dangerous is it?
Look, there's only a 4% chance that you 80% chance that you might stay that way. But
I buff my shield through, and I take the 10 minutes it takes to get my armor off, and I'm just shaking my head going, Zadriel, I don't know if you've got any better ideas, but I am not taking a potion that would 80% chance not work.
No, it's an 80%. There's a 100% chance it's going to work. It's an 80% chance that, well, not 90%. Look, it's not going to hurt too much. It's for science. Try it.
Tell you what, you try it first, then I'll try it.
No, I only got 2, and I was going to give one to you and Z, and you can just turn yourself into something else.
I would like to think I'm getting my armor off anyway. Carlos is not sold on this plan.
So you take the 10 minutes, you remove your armor and shield, and you sort of scoot them, you throw them through, and they're pulled through on the other side by your friends. As you move forward, I need you to make a dex check as you get to a thin part within the fissure.
Dex check. All right, I'm good at these. Yeah.
Not bad, 21. You seem to have chosen a better path than the others, going down the left side than the right side. And you managed to move your way through without too many hassles. A few tight spots where you might sort of scrape a bit of rock across your arm, and maybe one crosses across your leg. Not enough to do damage. Almost just like that annoying sort of scraping across your skin leaves a bit of a white mark on your skin. It doesn't actually break the skin. Still a little painful, but nothing major.
I tap my belly and I go, oh, that actually wasn't so bad. Adok, have you had too many pies to eat since you've been a human?
No, it's just, well, I mean, I'm not used to having whatever he's got to touch his chest, but I don't know what these are. Well, you call them breasts. They're quite large and supple.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you have breasts. Sadriel, it's your turn, and I start putting my armor back on.
Take my armor off while he was doing his armor.
Yep.
I'm doing my armor.
No worries,
So that saves time. And I'm going to slide my hammer and my shield through, and I will try.
So you deposit your armor, hammer, and shield as Karnos did, and it is pulled through the other side by your companions. And I need you to make a dex check as you move through this small fissure.
Feeble.
Ooh. You sort of you take your first step in, you get in just a little way, and then you think, yeah, there's no way in hell I'm getting through that. And you sort of, I'll turn it back over to you. You're not stuck, but you look at it and like, yeah, no, there's no way. I'm not going to make that.
People, these supple things in the way, I can't get through.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
Too much.
but I'll just go up to her and I'll hand her the potion.
So, read off exactly what the potion says, please.
The drink is transformed as if by an alter self spell. The
Okay.
spell determines the transformation caused by the spell. The effect lasts for 10 minutes.
And that's it.
So it's just a transformation spell. Okay.
Pretty much. Alter
You made-
self.
So
You made it sound way worse.
Yeah, you made it sound way worse than what it actually
Well, you gotta
which is
think,
great.
He's never used the potion before, so
He has no
doesn't
idea
know
what it's going to do. Exactly. Well, we can
That's
have
fair.
fun. We can have fun with this. This is good. I mean, it might be at Zadriel's expense, but we can have fun with this. So he hands you this concoction. He's never used it before. I would say Zadriel's probably holding it and looking at it, looking at Fibble, looking at the potion, looking at Fibble, and Fibble's probably sitting there grinning, just nodding his head. You're going, take it, just take it. Do you decide? Do you take it?
The side effects or anything? Is it? You know how to fix it?
It'll wear off eventually.
Okay, I'm gonna drink it.
So I will get you to roll. What would Zadriel wish? Because essentially, I think it's on the imbiber, whoever drinks it, to think about what they want to alter self to. So whether you want to alter your height, your weight, like if you want to just reduce your size, like an enlarge or reduce spell. Essentially, you decide what you want to alter on yourself with this particular potion.
I want to be more flat-chested, suck it in. I want to be basically Scathus, like, you know.
So you want to just thin yourself
Lie.
down a little bit. So remove the chesticles, well, flatten the chesticles and flatten everything down a little bit, make it a little bit more streamlined, shall we say. Roll a d6 for me. Odds and evens. 5. You drink it. It's got a bitter, nasty taste to it. You almost want to spit it out, but you hold it in there and you swallow it. You think heavily on what you want to do and just to reduce yourself down enough so you can fit through this gap. You don't feel anything for a moment or two, and then all of a sudden you find yourself, you're now 3 foot tall, and probably you're definitely shorter, like you're almost like a foot shorter than Fibblestib, and you're literally half your size and weight and everything else. So you're tiny. You're like, wow. You look up and you see the rocks above you, but you can fit easily through this gap.
Feeble has made you bigger. Is my armor shrink too, or is it all?
Well, if your armor is magical, it would shrink to fit you. I don't think all of your armor is,
Yeah.
so probably not at this point. How
Okay,
long
I'm
does the
just
potion
gonna-
last for, Fibble?
10 minutes.
God, I'm just gonna slide the stuff that's not shrinking with me out into the thing.
All your armor and
walk-
stuff's been taken through, like it was pulled through by the
Yeah.
rest of the party. So
Okay,
you're now
cool.
through into the room.
Yep.
But you are short, very slight, a little smaller than a rock gnome. You still look the same. You're in you're in proportion, but you are like a foot shorter than a rock gnome.
What the fuck did you do to me, Fibble?
You did it to yourself.
I was thinking like flat-chested, not, you know. You made me you.
You made you. It's you determine the size of you. It's your fault. Don't blame me. I just made the stuff. By the way, can I have the glass bottle back, please?
Karnos, Scathus, and Adok, what are your passive perceptions?
I'm 15.
15?
Oh, it's-
I've got 10, but I'm still putting my armor back on.
yeah, mine's super high. It's 11.
Scathus is way higher. Unless, first I'll have to ask Zadriel, was the loss of your accent in that moment intentional?
No, I've got to do a French gnome accent now, huh?
Yeah, well, I just want to make sure, because if it wasn't intentional, then maybe someone might have noticed.
It might have been on the what the fuck part, yes, but
Okay.
the rest I
Okay,
switched.
cool. No worries. So we'll say that the accent was there, but there was a moment where it may have slipped. Scathus, your pass is probably a little low to have picked up on it. So I will get you and maybe Adok to roll, and Fibblestib actually, to roll a perception check. Karnos, you said you were more focused on your armor, so we won't worry about you guys.
Correct, sir.
So Scathus, you didn't notice.
No.
Adok, you...
I got disadvantage.
Yeah, okay, so
6.
you definitely didn't notice. Fibble, you probably did. And although you already know, so it probably doesn't really have any bearing on this, but there was definitely a slip with the accent in that particular moment. So I'll turn it back over to you guys. And I'll give you a little bit of a description as well. So as you now look around this space, you find a golden marble staircase. Black marble railing hugs the north wall as it spirals gently upward, 30 or 40 feet or so. Lying in the middle of the room are 6 rotting wooden crates. It looks like they've been here for quite some time. The west and south and east walls contain alcoves. Standing in each is a tall, rough block of amber. Very familiar to all of you. 3 more amber tombs. The 2 large cracks and fissures which you've just found your way through, spilling a little bit of rubble and stuff into this room. That is what you see.
What is the bet that these crates have got some sort of mutilated dead body that Strahd has killed and I stuffed in a crate?
Open it up and find out.
Shocker not. Alright, Karnos, you're up.
What now? What? You want me to open a crate?
It's okay, Karnos. Adok was volunteering to have a look at the crate.
It's about time you volunteered. Thank you, Adok.
No, I don't think I did. It was just a thought about, what's up. Anyway.
I definitely heard you say you wanted to look.
They're pretty half rotted. I doubt they got anything good on them if they're rotted.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe a ghost woman with, when she gets out, her neck's all upside down and broken or something.
Yeah, all right. Maybe we don't open the crates then. That's probably a better idea. Now that you've fully explained that situation. You know what you should do though, Fibble, Karnos? There's a couple of little amber, platforms for you to touch. Everyone else has had a bit of a touch. Go on, copper feel.
You know what? He's right. And I pull the hammer, warhammer from my pack.
Yep.
I pull the warhammer from my pack. I walk up to, I can't move myself, the south one, and I take a swing at
it. Which one are you taking a swing at?
The one in the southernmost territory.
So this one down here?
Yeah, that's
it. There you go. Move yourself there.
Sure.
Now they've unlocked the stuff. So the southernmost amber vault, you take a swing at with your warhammer.
The warhammer.
Roll to hit.
Ooh, roll to hit. I haven't equipped it on my thing. I'm just going to roll a hit with whatever.
Just at the moment, guys. Oh, don't go up the stairs because you'll disappear. Just for now. 21 to hit.
Yeah, because I'm using my normal thing, so it's +1, so I'll take that off. Yeah, sorry.
Sweet, no problem. So 21 to hit. You raise your hammer high. Two-handed? Or one-handed?
Yeah, I put my shield down. I put my shield down like two-handed, yeah.
Two-handed. You come down. Kang, 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 kang. It echoes as it hits the stone. Doesn't seem to do any damage whatsoever.
I look at it. Well, it didn't work for me, mate. I pick up my shield and put the warhammer back away.
Duly noted. However, with that almighty sound of steel on amber stone, within moments of it, you sort of turn and put your hammer away, and you hear the sound, all of you hear the sound of shattering wood as all 6 crates shatter and splinter, sending wood in all directions.
Oops.
I would say Scather, Adok, and Scathus, need you to make a dex save, you two, as you're closest to one of the crates as bits of wood go in all directions.
I was just about to say, Adok probably definitely is like face looking at the crate trying to peer inside as this is happening.
Yes, indeed he was. So he will definitely have to make the dex save. Scathus, you're good. You managed to dodge the shrapnel as it flies towards you. Adok, even you did so, even with disadvantage. You managed to not get a face full of wooden shards. As you hear the creaking, and as you move, step out of the way, it just shatters as this creature just stands bolt upright. You now find yourselves face to face with 6 vampire-like creatures. You can visibly see the fangs, the scraggly hair. As you sort of look at them, as they look around at you, sort of eyeing you up, you notice the differing armor that they wear. And it's quite apparent that these things may have been another adventuring party. Looks like one may be wearing old chainmail, another wearing old leather, another wearing what looks like mage's robes. But they are long, their skin is long greyed and sort of taut against their bodies. Their mouths are pulled back and their gums have shrunk, revealing the large vampire fangs. Their eyes are sunken in and gaunt, real dark grey skin, and they look hungry. I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
So as that happens, Adok's going to turn to Karnos and Scathus, scream, and he's going to go, I told you! I called it! I called it!
The Karnos, your initiative was 18. Why is it not rolling? Interesting. Update combatant. Some of these aren't rolling, but that's good. I can add them manually. 18 for Karnos.
I told you it was ghost ladies.
What was yours, Fibble?
17.
17. So I'll put shield guarding on your initiative. Again, bonus action to move him and attack with him. And Zadriel, what was yours? Zadriel has walked away for a second. Skatus, what was yours? Sorry, we'll do yours
20.
first. 20. Let's see what Zadriel's was 18 as well. So who else was 18? Karnos was 18. What's your dex modifier, Karnos?
+4.
I'd say you're probably higher than Zadriel. We'll let you go
Not sure.
first. We'll let you go first.
Sweet as. Oh, she's back.
What's your dex modifier, Zadriel?
She did a 18 on the initial.
Yeah, I was thinking, so did Karnos, so I need a dex modifier.
What's your dex modifier, babe?
0.
0.
Okay, so definitely Karnos first.
Sweet.
I'll update you. You will be 18.10 and you'll be 18. Right.
Right, so I move to over where Adok the Grey and Scathus are, and as I move I call, everyone, target one at a time, take them down. It's the best way to go.
It wasn't
And-
your first initiative, sorry.
Oh, it wasn't?
No. Skathus gets the initiative on that. You got a 20.
I apologise.
I was just going through the initiatives. So, Skathus, you're first of initiative. Sorry.
I attack with the Corpse Slayer
Kanos,
spear.
you're on board though. So you take on the Corpse Slayer spear. Which one are you going to attack, sir?
The one right in front of me.
Yep, no worries. So you got one.
13 to hit.
I'll give you advantage as well. Because you have
cool.
Addox right there, so I'll give you advantage.
13 to hit.
That will miss.
All right.
The creature seems relatively quick. Ah, sorry, no worries.
All right. 25 to hit.
25 does hit on your second.
I'm using it two-handed. Two-handed's the higher damage, isn't it?
Yes, but you must call that before you roll your hit.
Sorry.
But I'll allow it.
8 damage, and I'm assuming this creature's undead.
It is undead, indeed. So 8 piercing damage.
Plus an extra 8 on top of 2.
So total of 10 piercing damage.
And that's it.
So you strike forth, missing the first, but you seem to judge how fast this thing sort of dodges, and you manage to strike it with the second. And you finish your attack. You're not going to move anywhere, you're going to stay where you are.
Stay where I am.
No worries, you stay where you are. Next up is a vampire spawn. Which is this one. This one here. It will move. And it's going to move with relative speed. Straight into you, Fiddlestib. It is going to attack you twice with its claws. The first, I really should be rolling these publicly. We'll reveal it anyway. First with a natural 20. So 16 points of slashing damage. You'll also need to make a strength save for me, please, as it attempts to grapple you. $17. That will be enough. Pretty strong for a little rock gnome. You manage to push off the grasp of this creature as it makes its second attack with a 13, which I believe will miss you. So it isn't able to grab hold of you, but it has done a little bit of damage. Next up is this one. It's this one's turn. This one moves directly into you, Zadriel. Same thing, 2 attacks with its claws.
Sorry, DM Carlos would have been right below her because I shouldn't have
Yep,
moved.
no worries. If you have a reaction to aid Zadriel, you are more than happy to use. More than able to use it at this point.
No, it just means if I moved, it would have had an attack. So I just thought I'd put myself back.
No worries. Natural 20 for 16 points of slashing damage. You will also need to make a strength save, please, as it attempts to grapple you.
Oh, wait, that's the wrong one.
No problem.
My D&D's locked up again.
No worries. Your strength.
It might be lagging. That was a check, but I also hit the save, so I don't know if it took or not. Did it take?
It hasn't come through.
Reloading.
Reload it. We're good.
I am. Sorry, guys.
No drama. If you have to switch to physical dice, switch to physical dice. It's not a problem.
It's good.
Timothy has not taken that much damage.
Okay. Strength save. Yeah. It is a 10.
10. Oh, that's low. That's a natural 1 for you. You are currently grappled as the creature slashes you with one, gets in between your arm with one set of claws, and the other comes up around your neck, and it's now got you by arm and around, sort of almost in a headlock. So you are now grappled. I can't remember exactly what grappled looks. Look it up so you know what you're... I think you're just unable to move. I think you can pretty much do everything else. From
Correct.
memory. Kanos,
Yeah,
you're
so-
up.
So seeing that happen, instead of
Zadriel
heading
on
to the
board.
one I was going to, the one that's grappled Zadriel, I instead see it grab her, and I say, "Everyone, try to keep on as many of us on one as we can." And I take a swipe down low at this one. I'm going to try and take its legs out from underneath it.
Go for it.
I pull out the sun sword as I put the warhammer thing away.
No worries. As you draw the sun sword, you can see this creature visibly reels at the sight of it and almost cowers, trying to hide behind Zadriel.
23 to hit,
That hits.
and I'm going to use the superiority dice to do a trip attack. So
No
'cause I want
worries.
to try and take its legs out so it lets go of her.
No problem.
So that will be. Oh yeah, that's right. It doesn't add all the extra damage. So that is 13 plus 2d8. 18 total radiant damage.
18
and it
radiant.
needs to make a strength check, please.
It makes its strength check. Strength save.
Sorry, strength save. 17 it needs.
20.
Alright, it doesn't
Manages
go
to
prone.
hold its ground. But it does take some pretty nasty damage from the radiant damage.
I will make my second attack. I will do exactly the same thing.
Roll again.
Oh, but low. 14.
That will miss. You misjudge your second attack, missing the creature.
Yeah, I pull low twice, and it seems to see it coming, holding that Zadriel there. I will stay where I am, DM. That is it for me.
No worries. That is it. Zadriel, is now your turn. You are grappled by this creature, so your movement is 0, but you can still attack it. Or you can make a strength save to try and break the grapple.
Does the strength save count as my action? Yeah? Or
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to reach in my pocket with my hand. That's being because I'm sure he's grabbed me by the throat. So
You've got a hand
I'm
free.
going to take out the holy symbol of Ravenkind. As an action, I can expend 1 charge, and I'm presenting it to them, and it's going to flare with power. And vampire spawn within 30 feet need to make a wisdom save.
Wisdom saves. So the first one makes a save. What's the DC?
15.
First one fails.
Okay. So on a failed save,
Second
a
one
target...
fails.
Ooh. I'll wait for it.
Third one succeeds. Fourth one succeeds. Fifth one fails. So 3 have succeeded, 3 have failed.
All right. On a failed save, a target is paralyzed for 1 minute. It can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns to end the effect.
Okay, so this one is paralyzed. The one that is grappling you is now unable to move. This one here is paralyzed and unable to move, as is this one. The other 3, however, are able to move freely.
And I will use my bonus action or free action to shout, "The 3 closest are not moving anymore!" And that's
No
the end of my turn.
worries. So I will mark these 3 as being paralyzed. So the 3 with little, looks like crosses on them, are paralyzed. Fiddlesip, it is now your turn, and your shield guardian with you.
Alright, I'll be attacking the one that attacked me with the dagger
No problem.
for a 25 to hit.
That hits.
7 points of radiant damage.
1 second. How much radiant damage, sorry?
7.
7? No worries. Takes it.
And then Timothy will move to here,
No problem.
heal, and then attack.
That's right, he's got regeneration, doesn't he?
Yeah, he gets 10 points every
Sweet.
round.
And his attacks.
His
17
first attack
hits.
was-
Bludgeoning damage 10.
And we'll do the next one.
And his second 21 definitely hits. And 9 points of bludgeoning. Nice.
That is that.
That is that. So, just again, a little bit of context here for you guys. For the paralyzed creatures, they automatically fail strength and dex saving throws. Attack rolls against creatures have advantage. Any attack that hits the creature is a critical if the attacker is within 5 feet. So just so you're aware of that. Next up would be... Is there a save to that, or are they just paralyzed for that whole minute? Can they make the save again? I don't think they can with
it
that.
did say at the end of each of their turns.
They can redo
they
the save.
can make a saving
Okay,
throw, yeah.
so it's wisdom 15, yeah?
Yes.
No worries, Kanos. So this one makes his save of a 20. So which one was that one? That was this guy. This guy here is no longer paralyzed. So this one here manages to end his turn. Adok, it is your turn.
Okay, Adok freaking out and recoiling back from the explosion, managing to dodge out of the way of the cinders of whatever. He's going to pull out a...
It was just shards of wood. It wasn't an explosion. They just broke out of the boxes,
okay,
sending
cool.
bits of wood in all directions.
Okay, sick. In my head, it was like a massive explosion. I don't know why. He's going to
Hey, if
pull
it's
out...
an explosion, it's good.
Yeah. Cool guys that look at explosions. He's going to pull out a holy oil flask. Well, flask of oil that's been blessed by
No
Zadriel
worries.
to turn holy. And then
Awesome.
he's going to pop the cork and then just guzzle himself in it. And then he's going to cast protection from good and evil.
Which does what exactly, just for those at home?
Okay, so until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch, which is myself, is protected against types of creatures: aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiend, and undead. So several benefits. Attacks against me have disadvantage. I can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed.
Cool. And duly noted.
And yeah, I have an advantage on any new saving. Well, I just can't be anyway. But yeah, so that's my action.
Bonus
and
action.
then, as a bonus action, I'm going to try my best to inspire Zadriel by turning around and using bardic inspiration, and I'm going to reach into the depth of my soul and go, Zadriel, just like, remember that time with Emilia and the hammer, and just like squish their head exactly the same. Like, do it again to all of them right now, please.
Wow. Man, I've lost your cannon too. Oh well.
Yes, so 1d6.
1d6 for you, Zadriel. Bardic Inspiration. Is that your turn, Adok?
And then Adok, even though he's attack of opportunity, he's going to run towards Zadriel. And hopefully...
He will get the attack
go in between
opportunity, but it will be at disadvantage.
Yes.
As you move away, the creature slashes out and hits you with a 22.
Oh,
Which does
fuck.
still hit you, and
Shit.
7 points of slashing damage.
And I
You're
gotta
lucky
make a con save.
the other was 26.
Holy
So
shit.
you were lucky. So con save to hold concentration.
Yes.
So DC 10.
10, just.
You managed to hold concentration, just. Oh yes, Zadriel's still tiny. Well, that would have made a difference. Damn it. You would still be tiny. Well, yeah, you would still be tiny. So that would mean... What is for the reduction in size? What's the stat change for that? Adok?
Have disadvantage on strength, attacks and saves, and also their weapon is reduced by 1d4 damage.
Okay, so
Pretty
just
sure.
any melee weapon damage reduced by 1d4. We'll just give you the reduction to 1d4. Thanks,
I'll-
chat.
I'll
I forgot
double
about
check,
that.
but
And that's all we'll do. We'll say it's just a reduction in the damage, being not as strong. So just a 1d4 minus on any melee damage that Zadriel does during this battle. So next up is this guy. Now that he's not... No, it can't be him. Must be this one. Rocks into you, Scathus. It will get advantage on the attack. 2 attacks. 19 to hit. 8 points of slashing damage. It is not going to try and grapple you. It is going to attempt a bite attack on you instead. 11, which I believe misses. So you are lucky. It slashes you across the back with its claws and then reaches in to try and take a chunk out of your neck, but you seem to just dodge out of the way and move in such a way that it does not get any purchase. Next up is this guy. We're gonna attack you, Fiddlestab. 2 attacks. 20 to hit. It's 8 points of slashing damage, which you'll take 4 and Timothy will take 4. It is also going to attempt to bite you with a 16 to hit. That misses. So it misses the bite attack once again. And the last vampire spawn, where is it? That one, and this one, it cannot move, so it is paralyzed, so it'll make a wisdom save of 11, which is still paralyzed. Back to the top of the initiative order with Scathus. Karnos on board after.
I'm attacking the same one I've been attacking.
No worries.
With the spear, 2-handed.
No problem.
Nat 20.
Nat
28.
28. Nice. 28 does hit. Roll your... So max your damage and then roll... we'll roll it again. So it's 2d8, 16 plus 4. So it's 20 damage. So just roll 2d8 for me.
12.
No, just roll 2d8 naturally.
Okay, hang on.
Because that's done. That's already added all your bits and pieces. So your base damage will be 20 because of that.
Yep.
So it'll be 30 damage total.
And
Your second attack 2-handed. You will not get a bonus action offhand attack because you're 2-handed.
Nah. And 3 extra damage
for undead,
for being undead.
Not a problem.
Also, I forgot to mention the creature has disadvantage on saving throws against the effects that turn undead until the start of my next turn.
Okay. No problem. Second attack,
That's
please.
Second attack.
Yeah, you got 2 attacks in the action, so you can still take those. Using 2-handed just means you don't get your offhand attack. 13 will miss.
Cool. That's
so, Scathus, you strike forward and run it right through, pulling it back out and taking some entrails with it, doing some extra damage. Second attack, however, is slightly wide, but you're doing well. It's looking a little hurt. It is now its turn, however. You did radiant damage to it, or was it just extra damage to undead?
Just extra damage to undead.
Okay, not a problem. So it will make 2 attacks at you, both bite attacks and at advantage because it has a friend close. 25 to hit. You'll take 4 piercing damage, but you'll also take 11 necrotic damage. And your hit point maximum is also reduced by 11. So you won't be able to, like, you know how to reduce your hit point maximum on your sheet? You should be able to change it on your sheet anyway. It basically means you cannot heal above that new hit point maximum. You're muted, I can't hear you.
Minus 11, yeah?
Yep.
Cool.
Sweet. That was the first. The second, it's a 21. So
That's a hit.
you want to take another 4 points of piercing damage and another 10 of necrotic, so which will reduce your hit point maximum by a further 10. And that is its turn. Next up is this one, which is paralyzed, so it needs to make a wisdom save. Still fails, still paralyzed. Karnos, you're up. Zadriel on board.
Right, if I remember rightly, paralyze means we have advantage on attacks and anything that hits is automatic crit.
It certainly is. As long as you're within 5 feet, which you are.
I'm going to take 2 swipes with the sun sword, but I'm taking them with my shield on the ground. That makes
No
it
worries,
two-handed.
two-handed. Roll to hit.
So advantage, hit 1. Yeah, that hits.
That definitely hits.
And it will be a crit, so automatically do
Yep, so automatically
10
do
damage.
your base damage plus roll your damage.
plus a d8 plus a d8.
So 19 total damage.
19 total damage on the first strike. All
All
radiant.
radiant damage. 19 total damage. It's starting
does
to
it
look a
look?
little bloody. It's opened
make
up a
this-
large wound.
I'm going to spin around and strike for its head, hoping for another great
No
blow. Oh, yeah, that's
worries.
right. It's an advantage
It is
base.
at advantage.
21 is the highest.
That is definitely a hit, and it will be a critical as well.
Crit as
So
well.
10 base damage.
Plus 2d8s.
Is that with your modifier as well?
That's with the modifier, and oh no, and plus 7 on top of that.
I was going to say, so it sounded a little low.
So the last one I'll have plus 7
Yeah.
as well. Sorry, DM, because
No
good
worries.
spotting.
So it'll be
that's
17 base damage plus 12, so 29.
29.
29 radiant damage. It is not looking good. You've severed what would have been a major artery, and it oozes some black ichor, what would have been blood at some stage, almost severing one of its arms. Sort of up at the shoulder level.
It's still not down.
It's still not down, but it is looking pretty bad.
I am going to action surge,
Go for it.
and I'm going to smack it again, two-handed again. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that bloody advantage thing. There we go.
That
29 to hit.
hits.
So that's 17 base damage plus 2d8 incoming as I swipe again for its head. So yeah,
So
17,
it's
27,
29 again.
29 radiant.
29 radiant damage as Karnos spins on his heels with his action surge, bringing the blade back round as he comes, aiming for the neck area of this particular vampire, striking in the soft, fleshy part of the throat. The blade easily passes through, the radiant energy bursting, sending the head flying back towards Fibblestib and the creatures that he's fighting. The head bounces and rolls across the floor as the creature drops, unmoving. And slowly, within seconds afterward, you see the body start to turn to ash.
And then with my movement and my last attack, I'm going to go into this one behind Fibblestib.
No problem.
And I will make my last attack at that.
This will be a standard roll.
Correctamundo. With 16 to hit.
That will hit. Roll your damage.
And there's 2A to add to this. So 15 plus Radiant. And that, 1d8 base. Cancel that. And I'm striking for its midsection across the sort of chest area.
Yep, no worries.
19 radiant damage.
19 total.
19 total.
No problem. Takes the damage, and the radiant damage surges through its body. You can see it is not happy about it, and it hisses loudly at you.
And that is it for Karnos. Thank you.
Fibble and Shield Guardian, it is your turn. Adok on board.
I'm attacking the same one that I attacked last time.
Yep, no worries.
10 to hit.
That will miss. Seems to just dodge that attack. What are you attacking with?
The dagger.
Dagger, no worries.
Yeah.
Shield Guardian,
17
17 hits. 9 bludgeoning.
12 and 12.
That'll miss. The vampire seems to snake under Timothy's arm. So he strikes down with that second hammer first. Is that your turn?
That is it.
Adok the Grey. Well, Adok, Mr. Adok Grey.
Adok's gonna dodge out to the side a little bit to get a cleaner shot, and then he is going to expend a spell slot to summon an Eldritch Cannon, Force Cannon of medium size right in front of him.
No worries, cannon's out. I haven't got a token for it this time because it seems to have vanished, but that's okay. We'll just, you know you've got it, so.
That's fine. And part of the bonus action, I can also fire on the same go.
Go for it.
So for the bonus, so he's going to do that.
Which one you're targeting?
I probably should.
You've got this one or this one?
Yeah, that's. How do I target it? There we go. Bang.
That one
Targeted.
there? Cool. Targeted.
Alrighty. So for a total of 26.
It hits.
For a total of 2d8. So 5 force damage.
5 force damage.
And then as soon as the cannon's fired, he's also then gonna pop off a firebolt as well from his flute.
No worries. Roll to hit.
For a 14?
That'll miss. Goes
Oh,
wide. Hits the staircase. Is that your turn?
That's Adok's turn. Yeah.
It is this one's turn. At you, Scathus.
DM, did you skip Zadriel on the count there?
I did. I'm sorry. Zadriel, it's your turn.
Question: Did I pick
Thanks,
up
chat.
Did I pick up my shield and hammer? Because I didn't roleplay it. So
We would say so. The moment you
Okay.
got through, you would have started armoring up, and you would have had enough time before any of this transpired. So you'd be fully armored and have your shield and hammer.
I'm gonna move to this one and try and hit it.
Because your shield and hammer, for this intents and purposes, are magical, they would have shrunk down to a size that you're able to use. Your armor may not be. I don't think your armor is magical, so you may not have been able to put it on. So you may have to adjust
want me
your
to take
AC.
it off?
Yeah, just adjust
I
your
can
AC
take it
for
off.
that. But you got your AC for your shield. It's going to be a bit rough, but and a minus D4 on your melee damage.
Okay. Oof. Yeah. I mean, I have Bardic Inspiration, but I don't even think with that and minus the D4 it's gonna hit. So I'm
No, it's
gonna set
it's
it
not on your
minus-
attacks, just on your melee damage.
Okay.
So it's just a D4 on your damage, not your attack. Your attacks are the same.
So Bardic Inspiration's a D6 for like a minute, or
How long does that last? 1 minute? 10 minutes. Here you go. So you've got a D6 for on
15?
every attack. 15 hits.
oh, nice. So this is where I take a D4 off
Yep.
of.
You just minus a D4 on whatever your attack damage is.
So minus 3 off of 14, so 11.
11 points of bludgeoning damage.
And I'm gonna first level Divine Smite on this. I'm gonna try.
Yep.
26.
26
hit.
hits.
So
Roll your
the
bludgeoning
first
damage first.
part minus
So,
a D4.
Minus a D4.
So it's a 17 minus 4.
So 13 bludgeoning.
And then it's an undead, so that's 48. I do believe.
Yes.
Alright. 20 radiant.
Which is not radiant, but necrotic,
Oh,
as
necrotic.
before.
I forgot.
As you
Yes.
raise your hammer high again, maybe you thought it was a fluke before. You call on that radiant energy from your convictions as a paladin. But as you strike, the energy is not that bright, radiant energy that you would expect, but the dark, necrotic energy that seems to be coursing through your veins right now. It strikes the creature. However, it takes damage, but nowhere near the damage you would expect. Is that your turn?
That is it for me, yes.
So once again, I would imagine that Zadriel probably now realizes, oh shit, okay, something's not right. More so than what there was before. So with that, we'll come back to this dude's turn. So, where it's now currently sit, you were the last to attack it. It's going to attack you back. It's not looking good, however, for this particular creature. What you do notice is that some of its wounds start to close. And it looks at you, and you can see it sort of looking almost sideways at you, like this energy that's come from you, it's unexpected. What intelligence was there may still be there in residual, and it sort of gives you almost that sideways look at it, like a puppy might give you when it's confused, as to say, where did that come from? Then lashes out with its claws. 23 to hit.
Yep.
10 slashing damage. Second attack. A natural 20.
Yep.
That will be 13 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Rolled low on its crit. But that it's its turn. Next up is the next one in the line, which is this one. At you, Evldoa. It's going to try for a bite attack against you. It still has the companion close. 14 misses, I believe. Evldoa is not here, but I'm pretty sure 14 misses. It does. He got a 16 at the very least. Second attack is a 21. So when Fibble gets back, he will have to take 6 points of piercing and 4 points of necrotic, and his hit point max will be reduced by 4. He's back. Fibble, you take 6 points of piercing damage and 4 points of necrotic, and your hit point maximum is reduced by 4, as you have received a bite from a vampire spawn. Next up in the line is this one at you, Scathus. Once again, going for that bite attack with a 19. 6 points of piercing and 7 necrotic, and your hit point maximum is reduced by a further 7. Its second attack with the claws. 24 to hit. 7 points of piercing damage, slashing damage, sorry, as it rakes across your body. Now we're back to the top of the initiative order, back to you, Scathus. You've just taken this attack from this creature, raked its claws across you, it's bitten into the top of your shoulder. You've noticed that you're not feeling too good. You don't seem to be as healthy as you once were. You're not sick, you're not at any sort of disadvantage, but you're definitely feeling the effects of whatever this creature is doing to you.
Still attacking the one I was attacking.
No worries, the one in front of you. So go for it.
23 to hit.
That hits. Still two-handed with the Corpse Slayer?
Yep. 7 piercing plus...
Extra with the undead, because of the Corpse Slayer, another 4. Your second attack, sir. You thrust forward, striking the vampire. 20 hits.
20 to hit. 6 damage. Plus 8.
Another 8. It is not looking healthy. Your second attack pierces the creature where its heart would specifically be. Doesn't seem to do a whole lot of damage. Maybe it just missed the heart. But Zadriel, you see the tip of the spear protrudes through the creature's back before it's drawn back through. Sickening sort of popping sound as he withdraws it from the body. Is that your turn, Scathus?
Yep.
Next up is this guy's turn. Not interested in the automaton at all. It is not a living creature. Evldoa, 2 claw attacks for you. 25 to hit. 10 slashing damage. And 23 to hit, another 10 slashing damage. So a total of 20 slashing damage as the creature just lashes out with both sets of claws, raking across your back, finding skin. This one has to make a save to see if it can become unparalyzed, which it does not.
And as well, the one that just attacked me needs to make a Con save.
Con save. What's the reaction?
It's the charge from the dagger.
Okie dokie.
Spelling.
11.
It failed.
What's the damage?
So, wait a minute.
Actually, I remember that dagger.
The attacker is blinded now until the end of its next turn.
It's blinded. Interesting. Where's blinded on my list? Blinded. Here we go. That one is now blinded. This one failed its save. So next up, Karnos. Was Adriel on board?
Right, looking at the one that is in front of Karnos, in front of Fibble. Karnos is just going to rearrange himself to a more advantageous position without leaving its melee range.
No worries.
Assuming that gives him advantage on the attacks. Flanking, how's your call on that, DM?
Where are you?
Right opposite Fibblestib.
Yes, you will get flanking.
So I will make 2 attacks two-handed with my sun sword at this creature.
No problem.
At advantage base.
At advantage.
25 and 25 is the highest.
25 certainly hits.
This is 1d10 for 15 plus 8. Oh, where is it? It's the only thing about this radiant damage having to roll extra sucks. Plus an extra 1 radiant
16
damage. So
total.
16 total radiant damage, yeah. And then Karnos cleaves down, trying to cleave down through the center, like I want to cut it in half.
No worries.
If I get to that point.
It's looking pretty bloodied, but it's still up.
I'm going to use a superiority dice to try and trip it too. If I can't get it in half, I'm going to try and hook out at
No
the
worries.
end. So that is advantage bears.
That was a natural 1.
Yeah, lucky it's
20,
advantage.
dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
It hits.
Okay, so that is 16
16.
plus
And your D8.
2 of them before the... Yep, so
38, so 31.
31, and it has to make a strength save 17.
It's not looking good. Its strength save. It's 18, so it saves.
It's
But
saved,
it
it
is
stays
looking
up.
bloody. Well, if it had blood, it would be looking bloody.
And I called a Fibble, this one's nearly down, mate. I'm just about got him. And that's it for Karnos. Actually, I tell a lie. As my bonus action, I forgot to do this last time. As my bonus action, I'm going to use second wind and sort of
Give
take a
yourself a
deep
heal.
breath
No worries.
and will all my healing powers to the property. So I'll go and roll for that now, but that's me.
Roll your healing damage for that. Zadriel,
Thank
since
you.
I forgot you last time, actually put you in the right order. With Fibble on board.
All right. Zadriel's looking around. She's gonna do the holy symbol again for another charge.
Okay.
That will be the wisdom save again.
Wisdom
for
saves all
15.
round. 22 for this guy. Saves. 8. This one is paralyzed. And 6. This one is blinded and paralyzed.
Oof.
This one's already still paralyzed, so we got this one over here. One more. 20. This one here also saves. So 2 failed, 2 saved. And
Alright.
one's already paralyzed, so couldn't make the save anyway.
And I will Hunter's Mark the one I have targeted for my bonus action.
Which is this one?
Yeah, the one next to between flanking that I'm flanking with
Yep.
Gaethus, I think. Yeah.
So Hunter's Mark.
So that is an extra d6 for when I hit next.
Okay, cool.
So, and that's it for me.
Cool, so you get an extra d6 whenever you hit it, yeah?
Yes, sorry, I was muted.
Yeah. So you don't get that damage now, it's just whenever you hit.
No, it is
pretty sure
until the
it's-
spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 whenever you hit with a
Okay,
weapon.
cool.
So yeah,
No
when
drama.
next time I
Awesome. That is your turn. So pretty much you're doing pretty well. Fiddlestep, you're up. It appears that both the creatures you are now with, one is blinded and paralyzed, and the other is paralyzed. So you get advantage on the attack on whichever one you choose to attack.
The one that's in between me and Karnos, I will attack.
Which will be at advantage, and if it's a melee weapon, will be an auto crit.
It's an auto crit then.
Yep.
Okay, so advantage, roll 14 to hit.
That'll miss.
Ah, bugger. Okay, and Tim will attack the blinded one because he's a
That's
good
advantage
boy.
on that one as well because that's paralyzed also. So it'll be an auto crit. So we'll do. We'll
23
go,
to hit.
Yeah, it's an auto crit. So it'll be. We'll go 24 bludgeoning damage on that one.
Yep. And I'll roll another advantage. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
And now I'll heal him as well.
It's not looking healthy, that one. Both those guys are looking pretty rough.
And that is...
That is you.
it. Yes.
Dr. Grey, it is your turn, sir.
Okay, cannon that was here. Spreads those spider legs, goes right there, and is going to fire at this one. So at that one right there.
One in between Zadriel and
That's the
Casus. Go for it. It's not looking good.
one. For a 17.
That will hit.
Fantastic. It also gets pushed back 5 feet as well.
What's the damage?
For a total of 12 force damage.
No need for the force back, as the force damage rips through the ribcage of this creature, shattering the bone, and it just sort of drops to the floor and skids across the floor, landing about here anyway. It is now deceased.
Great. And as he's prepping a firebolt to attack the one in between Karnos and Fibble, he's going to yell out to a weak-looking Scathus, and he's going to say, "Come on, Scathus, do some cool mug shit, I don't know." And he's going to shoot a firebolt.
At this one?
Yeah, for 14, which misses.
That'll
yeah.
miss. It goes wide. Slightly wide. Probably in between Karnos and the creature.
Sorry about that.
Is that your turn, Adok?
That is Adok's turn, yeah.
Alright, this one has to make a wisdom save for its turn. 15 to beat. Natural 1 fails. It is still paralyzed. This one, however, is not. Scathus, you are its target. Normal attacks now. 17 to hit. 11 points of slashing damage. Are you still alive? Alright, another bite attack. 11 to hit, which misses, I believe. So you were safe from that one. It goes to lunge and bite you once again, but you managed to dodge out of the way. That is its turn. We are now back to the top. Back to you, Scathus.
Ow.
So the creature has attacked you from behind. You turn to face it. Adok's words do some cool monk shit ringing in your ears.
And attacking with a 15 to hit.
That will hit.
Double-handed.
That will hit.
10 damage plus
10
extra
piercing.
1.
11 total damage.
Next attack. 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
6 damage plus 6.
So a total of 12. So you can still use your key points to do things like flurry of blows. You just can't use your bonus action as an offhand attack. Just so you know.
Cool. I'm done.
You done? No problem. Next up is this vampire who needs to make another fucking save. Wisdom save. Fails. This guy also needs to make the save. Fails. So they both remain. This one and this one both remain paralyzed. Karnos, it is your turn. Zadriel on board.
Karnos sees his moment. He's hooking that sunsword up the left arm, and then down the right arm he's going to try and lock both of these arms off. So first,
No worries.
so first he hooks up. Oh, fuck advantage. I don't
30
know
hits
what to do
anyway,
there.
dude.
Yeah, it could be a natural 20 next
Could
time.
be. It could be. Nope, 30 to hit.
Okay. As I go up through that arm with a 15 plus. Extra D8 and radiant.
So, as no need to roll your second one just
21.
yet. As you gather yourself ready to remove the arm of this creature, you misjudge just slightly and cut just slightly inwards, hitting the rib cage. And instead of taking the arm off, you slot it right into the stomach lining, just below the ribs, and almost cleft it fully in half. The sunsword hits the spine. You hear the spine crack under your blade before you withdraw it violently, and the creature falls to the ground.
As it falls to the ground, I move 5, 10 feet into the one behind Fib.
This one is also not looking good.
Sweet. And it's paralyzed as well, is it?
Paralyzed and blinded, so you definitely have advantage on the attack.
Alright, I'll remember
And
quick advantage this time.
it'll be an auto crit as well.
Alright, rolling at advantage. For a 26 to
That
hit.
hits.
And an auto crit, so 17 plus.
Don't even roll the damage, just describe what you're wanting to do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I just swing through, and I really wanted to do that hot dog move before, so I come down on top of its head and just drive it straight through down the middle, splitting it in half like a banana split, watching the entrails and the brains all fall to the floor.
Indeed you do. As the
breathe out.
creature splits in half, and that sickening squelch as the two halves hit the ground. And the smell is not, I mean, they smelled good, smelled bad when they were undead. Now that they're dead, they smell worse. Is that your turn?
Just use the last of my movement to head back. Oh, there's one over there.
You got one
head
here
this way.
still, and
Yeah, head
one
towards that one
here.
to see, and the other one's got heaps around it. That is it for me, thank you, sir.
No worries. That is you, Zadriel. It is your turn.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
Did Zadriel see the smite heal, or did it damage it at all?
It still there was no heal per se. It damaged it.
Okay.
What you
just
saw when
damage
it
less.
what you saw when you saw it heal was after your attack, and it just sort of regenerated. It one of its wounds just closed over.
So it
the
still did
damage
some damage.
it still did some damage, just not
All right.
the damage that you would have expected.
Zadriel, seeing Scathis weakened, she's going to point her finger and say, I am Zadriel Stiron, the daughter of Moriel,
No.
the angel of death, and I have come for vengeance. And I'm going to do the
Finger of death.
finger of death.
So only
And-
Scathis would have heard what you said, because the whole thing was uttered in the demonic infernal language.
Yep.
The darkened aura releases itself from Zadriel's body once again, emanating even darker still than the previous time it was cast. As you reach out your finger, you can see the dark aura just leave your hand, moving towards this creature. What is your damage?
It is 35 plus 30, so this
35
little
plus
gnome demon
30.
thing.
So 65 total. This is what type of damage is it?
Necrotic.
It is
That's-
necrotic damage.
Yeah, that's why she's wondering.
So 65 total. As you call on this darkened energy, the energy surrounds this undead creature. You can see the energy coursing through its veins. The dark sort of veins become quite visible. You see a wound open on its neck, and it's sort of, the energy escapes and wisps away in it like a dark smoke. But the creature does not fall. It was not enough to bring it to complete undeath, or final death, as we say in the kindred world. It is still standing. It did take some damage, but again, not as much as you would have hoped in this instance.
I'm going to move up next to Scathus and face it. So
that was your second cast of Finger of
Yes.
Death, I believe. Cool.
that'll be it for me.
That'll be it for you. And again, for context, every time you call on this dark energy, the pain wells up in your stomach and in your chest. With the second casting of this particular spell, that pain radiates out into your extremities, into your shoulders and arms, almost like you've just been put under immense pressure. It does subside after a short time, but that pain was severe, almost bringing you to tears. That is your turn. Fibblestib, you're up. And Adok on board after Fibble and Tibber.
Alright, so I'm going to attack that one with Firebolt.
The one by
Actually-
Zadriel or the other one?
The one by Zadriel.
Cool.
Actually, I'm not going to attack it. I'm going to heal myself.
Okay. Healing damage.
11 points of healing damage to me.
No problem. What is Tibber gonna do?
And Timmy is going to go, once I take it off target, right there,
It's gonna roll into that
Yeah.
that one. Cool.
and attack that one.
Advantage. It is paralyzed. It'll be an auto crit. So, oh, lucky. Natural 1, dirty 20. 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Again. Dirty 20 with
Dirty
10 points
20.
of
So,
bludgeoning.
20 total bludgeoning damage as Timmy rains down the hammer fists on this creature who is unable to move.
And that is that.
That is that. Adok, it is now your turn.
Adok is frustrated that his fire bolts from his flutes aren't going to work. So he's going to look at it, he's going to tap it. He's going, oh, come on, you stupid thing. And he's going to go. And then he's going to shoot. He's going to make an awful noise and shoot a firebolt at that.
Which one? The one by Timmy or
Natural 20!
which one are you aiming for? Sorry.
That one. You got a natural 20.
What color are you?
Great.
Grey. So that one. Cool. Natural 20. Roll your damage. So what's base damage plus this roll?
2d10, so 20 and then 2d10.
Yep. This might be enough.
Plus, because it's a magical firearm, I get to add a d8 as well.
Yep.
Extra.
So base damage of 20.
20 plus 16.
36. That is enough to put this creature down as your fireball strikes it just on one side of the chest and upper shoulder area, reeling it backwards towards you, Zadriel. And you sort of steps sideways as it sort of bursts into flames and hits the ground and slowly burns away to nothing but dust,
Alright, still got it.
leaving one creature left alive.
I'm not sure. I guess that Timothy is in the way of the cannon getting a clear shot.
You probably...
Because the
uh,
cannon's right there.
yeah, I'd say... Yeah, you probably wouldn't want to risk it. I mean, if you would make the shot, it'd be a disadvantage.
I was going to make the shot anyway.
Natural 1 would have consequences, obviously.
Alright. Oh, great. Fantastic. 14.
It still misses.
Sick.
It won't hit Timothy, but it'll go sort of between his legs and strike the floor just next to the creature. With that, is that your turn?
That's my turn.
Scathus, we're back to the top with you.
So I'm going to move forward and use a Fist of Unbroken Air.
You'd have to move out slightly to get line of sight around Timmy. Timmy's large, he's huge.
Is that better?
Thank you very much. Fist of Unbroken Air, it automatically fail the save because it is paralyzed. There's a strength save, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep, so it automatically fails to save. So roll your damage.
14 to hit and gets pushed 20 feet away.
No, it doesn't because you
And
missed. Did you roll at advantage?
There's no attack advantage or disadvantage.
You just said 14 to
Straight
hit.
Oh, sorry. 14 damage.
14 damage, right. Cool. So it's not an auto crit on this one. So how many feet is it moved?
20 feet and
20
not prone.
feet. Not a problem. Can't go any more than that because it puts it right into the wall. So it's only about 10 feet, but it slams into the wall, taking a further 2 points of bludgeoning damage as it hits the wall. Is that your turn, Skathis?
Yeah.
It is now its turn. Making a save, which it passes. It is no longer paralyzed. As a bonus action, it is going to You see it climb up the wall. About 25 feet, in fact. So there's now 25 feet in the air up the wall. On all fours. Just for context. So it's roughly in that same spot, but it's up higher than even Timmy can reach. Timmy's only about 10, 11, 12, probably about 10 or 12 feet tall. So that is his turn. Karnos, you're up. Zadriel on board. So this creature has just like literally hands and feet on the wall and skittered up the wall like a spider.
How does it look?
It's not looking healthy. But you did probably, all of you, as you're all focused on it, probably would have seen some of the wounds start to close. Slowly, but it's definitely starting to heal itself somehow.
Karnos will... What will Karnos do? As I move, I'm going to switch out the Sun Sword for my light crossbow.
No problem.
Going to take a shot at it. Oh, 2 shots at it with the light crossbow.
Go for it.
And as I move, I'll say, "Come here, you scumbag! You ain't getting away this easy." 10 misses.
It misses. As you shoot, it skitters to one side and the bolt strikes the amber stone ceiling while the wall, and just breaks and falls to the ground in pieces.
Oh, I have way less practice with my crossbow. 11 misses.
Also misses. Same thing. Strikes the stone wall. And it turns and hisses back down at you.
Damn it, get it down, guys. And that's it for me. I cannot do anything else.
Zadriel, it is now your turn. Fibble, you're on board.
Zadriel will, Zadriel's going to move towards Skathis and actually is going to say, "Fight on, brother," and she's going to give 30 points of healing from her lay on hands because he needs it.
30 points healing damage, Skathis. Just remember, you cannot go above that deficit on your max HP.
And I am going to pause there because I'm in reserves as to what to do next.
No worries. So you put your hand on Skathis' shoulder, give him the heal, and you sort of look around at the rest of the party, surveying the area, look up at this creature on the wall. Fibblestep, it is now your turn. Yours and Timmy.
I'm going to look at it and say, "You're not safe from me." And cast at 3rd level Flaming Sphere.
Awesome. What is the casting of flame? It's a dex save straight off the bat, yeah?
Yeah,
that's what we decided.
17.
Failed with a 14.
So it takes 3d6 fire damage of 10.
10 fire damage.
And
It
it's
is
just
not
floating
happy.
there. And Timmy can't reach it, you're saying?
No, Timmy's out of range, unfortunately.
Well,
he can
he'll
get
stand
relatively
there,
close, but he's pretty out there.
Yeah.
It screeches out in pain as the flames sort of right there, and you can see it trying to get away from it, but it's unable to. It's hurt enough that it's unable to move at this point. Adok, it is your turn.
All right. Because it's 25 feet up, can the cannon get a clear line of shot?
It will do. What's the range on your cannon?
A lot.
Yeah, if it's got the range, it'll definitely get a line of sight.
I can tell you in 1 second. 120 feet.
It'll definitely have the range and line of sight to do so.
Great. It fires for a total of, hey, that should hit 23.
That hits.
It gets pushed back 5 feet.
It's on the wall. You'll probably push it up in your angle.
Does it get pushed off, perhaps?
We'll see. Might make a roll for that.
Okay.
What's the damage?
Easy. The damage is 13 force damage.
13 force damage. Let's make a dex save here. See if it is able to hang on. 17, it does so. Maybe you can see it almost like it just forces its claws into the stonework, gripping on. Is that your turn?
Adok's feeling pretty confident, and he's going to look at this thing on the wall. He's going to say, you know, sometimes I ask myself, do I feel lucky, punk? And then he's going to shoot. And he's going to give a thumbs up to Karnos, and he's going to shoot a firebolt at the...
Roll to hit.
For a total of 14.
And misses.
As it goes like... He's like, yeah, shit.
It is now back to the top. Skather, it is your turn. The creature is 25 feet up the wall. It's got a flaming sphere hanging out next to it. What are you going to do?
Moving closer. And throw the spear.
No worries. Throw the spear. Roll to hit.
27 to hit.
That hits. It'll be the single-handed damage.
Yep. 10 damage
10
plus
piercing plus your undead bonus.
of 4.
Of 4. It's not looking good. It's the spear is sticking out of it up there. So you threw your spear away, but it's not looking healthy. Is that your turn?
Yep, because that's all I can do.
It is now its turn. It's looking at you, looking at the spear, grabs the spear as its free action, wrenches it from its body, and throws it back down on the ground below it. You see the wound that had just been made knit close. It's looking around, and it makes its movement away from the sphere another 30 feet further up the ceiling. So it's now maybe 50 feet, almost at the apex of the 60-foot high ceiling in this room. Does it take more damage as it moves away from the sphere?
No.
Or does it have to make another dex save?
No.
Okay.
If it had ended its turn there, it would
Okay.
have to...
Cool. So it's definitely moving as far away from the fire as it can possibly get at this point. It is going to, however, let's see what it can do. So it's probably moved up and over. So it's probably actually sitting about here on the ceiling above you, Karnos, as you can see it looking up. As you look up, it drops to the floor between you and Skathis, making a bite attack at you, Karnos. 25 to hit.
25 hits.
Takes 7 points of piercing damage as its fangs find skin. It also takes, you also take 5 points of necrotic damage, and it also reduces your max hit points by 5. And you watch another wound on its body close. Because it's pretty much attacking you, it's going to make its second bite attack at you as well. For a 16, does that hit?
No, that does not, even without my shield. It misses.
You manage to turn and bring your shoulder up, sort of catching it in the jaw as you do so.
DM, I have a reaction because it missed me.
React away, sir.
I'm going to riposte, spending one of my points, and I'm going to attack it. I would have to shift this. It will have to be a hand-to-hand attack because I have the crossbow in my hand.
Okay, so you're going to try and punch it?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Unarmed attack.
24 to
That
hit.
hits. You slam your fist
damage.
into its jaw, doing 6 damage.
Now that's it for my reaction.
It just looks at you and hisses loudly, baring its bloodied teeth, covered in your blood, as it turns out. Zadriel, it is your turn. Fibble on board. This creature is now on the floor.
That was its turn.
Actually, your turn. Sorry. You can return fire now. Zadriel on board. I skipped ahead one.
That's okay.
I pressed the button one too many times.
Carlos takes a good look at it.
A luck for Zadriel from the chat.
The position of where its heart would be. He drops the crossbow and draws the sun sword back.
Go for it.
16 to hit.
16 hits.
And
it recoils at the side of the sun sword as well, sort of hands in front of its face trying to shield itself from the sword.
And using superiority voice, tries to drive it in. No, I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to try and drive it into its heart.
No worries.
With 8 plus... 15 plus... There you go.
21 total damage.
21 total radiant damage.
All you needed was 20 damage to defeat the creature. As you raise the sun sword up, both hands thrusting it forward into the chest of the creature, trying to find that spot.
And I say, by the power of the DM, I compel thee, demon, to leave. And I jam it right through its heart, and I wiggle it around, just like I'm a Jedi trying to open a door.
You bury the sword to its hilt, striking soggy flesh with the hilt of the sword, and you rip it backwards and forwards, up and down, ragdolling this creature. It then almost bursts into flame as it's still on the blade from the radiant energy that has been expelled from this sun sword, and then just almost blows itself out, but just drifts away in an unseen breath of smoke or air or something, just in a sort of ashy mist. And that will bring our combat to a close, ladies and gentlemen.
Sheesh.
Well done. The room falls silent as the last of the creatures is defeated. You look around and nothing but a few scraps of clothing, old armor remains of where these creatures once stood. Again, so looking at these bits and pieces, this armor and clothing is more than likely of a previous adventuring party, years lost in this place, captured and turned and used as a tool. I would say all of you would more than likely have thoughts turning to this as your current predicament, the fact you've been stuck in Barovia as long as you have, and thoughts maybe turn to home about how you're going to get out of this place, especially this tomb, this temple, which you've been stuck in for a number of days now.
Ledok, you are very inspiring. Thank you.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go me.
Good job.
Yeah, thanks. Side note, what the hell is going on with you, Zadriel, by the way? When I said splatter red, I didn't mean do the weird speaking in tongues thing that you're, whatever you can... What is going on? You're right.
You know, when you touch things and you change into humans and stuff, maybe that's the same thing that's going on with me. Maybe don't touch stuff.
I'm not touching anything anymore because I died last time, remember? I can't. I want to. I really want to touch this right behind me, but I can't because I'll die.
Yeah.
Is that such a bad thing, Adok?
No, it's not. Oh, you, good old Mr. Limp Dick Monk over there, you know, stop sprouting whatever you're saying. You're about as useless as tits on a ball. Is that a good human saying, Karnos? I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, it's usable. It's a little hurtful, but usable.
Yeah. Well, he's been hurtful this whole time. My feelings in my heart, and Alex is going to poke to his right side. I think it's over this side. Is it here? It's
He
quite
got me.
hurt. Yeah. And mind
Mr.
you,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just like to say that once again, Adult the Great definitely mentioned that it was going to be something jumping out of these crates. I was right. So you can.
Mr. Stibb, are you good? I've seen you take a fair beating there. I had to come in. You had a couple of them on you.
Yes, I could probably do with a healing.
We could all do with a rest, probably.
Last we checked that shield of yours, it was only like mid after lunch somewhere, wasn't it?
I am pretty hurt, and I have used a lot of
I think we
casting.
could all do with a rest.
Got some spare bandages, maybe.
Oh, there's an
And
alarm
ambulance.
somewhere.
Do,
People, stop casting alarms.
I didn't. Not my fault. Doesn't sound like that anyway. How about we go up the stairs and see what's upstairs before we start thinking about sleeping?
Okay, what if there's more vampire spawn ready to attack us upstairs and we have not slept?
And if we sleep down here, they're going to come down and eat us then anyway. So what's, screwed either way.
It makes a valid point. Maybe peekaboo, and we struggle to get through that hole, right? Peekaboo, maybe see what we can see. Maybe just one sneaky person like Scapus does it. I actually don't feel too top notch, actually.
No, do I. I won't be sneaking anywhere.
One of those things bite me. When they bite you, does that mean you're going to turn into one of them?
They bit Emilia.
Oh, shit. Zadriel, you'll have to cut my head off.
No problem.
Right. Just remember that when the time comes. I will expect you to do for me what I did for Emilia.
Carnos and Scathus, make a Constitution saving throw, please. Add a +3, because I'd say you're pretty close to Zadriel.
Or roll a natural 1.
Or roll a natural 1 and just fail miserably.
Colin's my best save too. No, second best.
So Scathus, you're good.
23.
Yeah, you're good. You feel a little off. You know you're not at full capacity. You're not entirely sure why, but you do feel a little off. Carnos, all of a sudden you vomit. You're sick to your stomach.
That don't taste so good, eh? Second time running.
People, maybe you could go up and take a peek with that dog.
I'm sorry, but for one, I'm not going anywhere near that. That's disgusting.
If I remember correctly, someone has an owl they could send up, maybe.
That's not what the owl does. We've gone through this before.
I'm tired. I don't care.
Never mind me.
Oh, I'm going to be sick. All right.
Roll a con save, Edda. You can add a +3 as well.
13.
+3 would be 16, so you're fine.
16.
It stinks. Like you're not sure. And Carnos, it's not what you ate. Like it's black. It's black as tar.
Those don't look good. That's why I went to the corner.
If Todrio will walk over and pat him on the back in case he's poisoned or something she doesn't know, and use her 5 points to cure a poison, or
You feel
she
much
doesn't
better,
know.
Carnos.
I feel better now, huh?
You do. You feel much better indeed.
Did it remove that effect, did it?
It certainly did.
Oh, glad that's out. That was like that time I had 4 bottles of whiskey racing the dwarven guy. Oh, I forget his name, but he is real good at drinking. Lots of drinking. Started with V. Can't remember. Never mind. Oh yeah, that was like alcohol poisoning, that one.
See, we need rest, people.
Uh-huh.
Does anyone have prestidigitation want to clean this up?
No.
Back in
I
my
think-
day, we used to use mops.
Do goblins have mops?
Yeah, you know, made out of human bones and hair, but mops all the same.
You're a human now, Adok.
Oh yeah, right. Probably shouldn't use them anymore.
Do you want me to take a look upstairs, Mr. Stib?
Someone better, because I ain't going up there.
You know what? It's fine. I'll do it, guys. I can do this. And Carlos doesn't go upstairs. Alex is gonna do something.
Carlos waits, since he said.
Adok is going to somehow expend 1d20 HP to cast invisibility.
So minus 20 HP, or roll d20 to lose the HP.
Oh, what a good roll. 5.
So you take 5 points of, we'll call it psychic damage, as you reach into wherever you need to pull, cast a spell, and you become invisible, and you move yourself up the stairs. I'm going to show the chat what you see. Keep going around. You'll eventually go up. Keep going. There you go. I'll show the chat. Actually, how am I going to do this? I can show the chat. I'll view it here. Taking a little bit to load, guys. So Adok, what you see, and let's see if I can show the chat here. No, I can't show the chat. So you're going to have to bear with me. I'm going to describe the room for Adok and for the chat as well. What you see is a large library. Adok, doesn't appear to be anyone here. Several candelabras light automatically as you reach the top of the stairs. It's stone walls, 20, 30 feet high vaulted ceiling. Covering the ceiling is a fresco that depicts angels being set ablaze in a hell, basically. Flaming angels. No demons or anything like that, just angels set ablaze. A black marble railing encloses the gold marble stairs which you just traversed. You look down and you can see your companions below you. Along the walls, 6 10-foot tall black marble bookcases. On the shelves, hundreds of well-preserved tomes. Embroidered rugs and chairs fill the southern half of this room. Now, all the books look in pristine condition, but there is no one up here. And it appears there is no way out of this room that you can see.
Other than that, do I get any weird sort of vibes besides the weird angel burning painting?
No, but everything. I said, look, all the books. If you want to get a close look, you'd have to roll perception. But at this stage, it's just hundreds of tomes in these shelves, and they all look like they were put here yesterday.
Is there anything on the ground that is small and tiny that I may be able to pick up?
Roll a investigation if you're looking for something specific.
For a lovely 24.
What specifically are you looking for in that sort of realm?
Just anything tiny, non-magical object. Could be a piece of rubble, like I don't know, like a log. I don't know why a log would be there, but a candle.
You could probably take one of the candles from the candelabra if you wished. But the room looks pretty clean and tidy, like there's no dust, which would probably ring alarm bells for you anyway.
Yep. Adok is gonna grab a candle. My sister's still invisible, so there's gonna be a candle floating in the air. He's gonna put the candle out, stuff it. Hopefully that doesn't cause damage.
You attempt to put it out, but it does not go out. If you hold your hand out too long, it will burn. It is hot, but it doesn't. It doesn't want to go out.
He's going to. Is it magical?
Seems to be.
It has to. Fuck! I can't. Fuck! All right, puts it back, and it's just gonna.
Well, you're not sure it just won't go out.
Yeah.
You would assume so.
Anything that just looks common that I can pick up.
Not really. Like the says, you got the cushion. There's the seats there that look pretty good. The carpet looks really good, but there's nothing really out of place here. Not like the rest of the temple.
Such an idiot. All right. Adok's going to grab a coin. He's going to imbue it with a magical property. I don't know why I didn't think of this in the first place.
Is this a spell?
No, well, I don't know. It's magical tinkering, so it's more of an ability.
Would that break your invisibility is what I'm sort of wondering. You're not attacking anything and you're not really casting a spell, so I'll let it slide.
Okay, sweet. And all he's going to get it to say is going to record a message to emit a loud voice when he throws it that says, I am just a lone human wandering about here, not guarded at all. I taste lovely and smell great. And he's going to throw it off into the room after he's done.
So that's what you guys hear. Or you go throw it into the room or down the stairs?
Into the room.
Into the room. Which it does emit that message, and you wait a few minutes, nothing happens. 2 minutes, nothing happens. 5 minutes, nothing happens.
All right, Adok just goes back downstairs.
Okay, so take yourself back downstairs. Do you become visible again when you come back downstairs?
Yes.
So, Adok returns to visibility. You can describe what you see, what you've seen, which is pretty much what I've just described, if you wish.
Yep.
So you described the library, the shelves and shelves of pristine-looking tomes, the light that couldn't extinguish the fine furniture. In fact, there's no dust or anything in this place.
So probably a trap, but looks comfy. Just if you don't mind looking at the artwork.
A trap, you say?
Yeah,
just
probably.
Because it's clean. Mr. Stibb, is it possible this place could have, and I'm looking at old Timote, is it possible this place could have more of those fellas doing cleanup duty?
No, that's not what they do.
If you put like a little white apron and a little white hat and a black skirt, I mean, you could make him do it, right?
No, that's not what they do. You could have automatons that do something like that, but I doubt that's going to be those. There are spells out there that can keep things unnaturally clean. I don't use them. I like the mess and chaos.
Ah, yes. Okay, so verdict, Mr. Stibb, you being the brightest one here, arguably, I mean, maybe Adok is close by. I mean, what's the call? No offense, Adriel and Scafus, I don't care what you think. So what's the call, Mr. Stibb?
It's a library. Let's go find out if it's got a book on how to kill Strahd.
Rightio then, let's do that.
So, move yourselves upstairs. So you have to go to the left-hand side of the stairs to transport you up. I'll move Timothy. And I'll move Zadriel because He has... Oh, Carlos went all the way around and didn't go anywhere. About there you want to go, Carlos. There we go. And Skathis.
So has no, wait,
You want to stay where
You wanna
you
bring
want
me
to touch another fucking tomb, don't you?
maybe?
I will move you back. But move yourself back when it loads.
Oh, fucking hell.
You fuck. I was kind of waiting for that. This could be fun. Hang on a second.
If you die, Skatus.
So you guys move yourselves out into the room up there, and I will deal with Skathis.
It's loading. It's at 98%.
Yeah, Adok will just pick up that coin and stop it saying that repetitive stuff over and over.
So while that's loading, as Zadriel goes upstairs, I say to her, I think it's time you accept who you're becoming.
And what is that?
You know.
Interesting.
Enlighten me.
Your dark gifts.
Do I know Infernal? Like off the bat, or I only say it when I'm casting? Oh,
You wouldn't understand what you're saying. Yeah, you'd understand what you're saying in your head in common, but it's just coming out in Infernal.
so I was going to talk to him in Infernal, but I'll just talk to him in common.
Where is it? Bloody put me. What?
Hang on a minute.
Okay, so
Something's having a hissy fit here. I might have to restart.
It doesn't
Reload.
matter. Theater of the mind.
there
We
we
know
go.
what the room looks like.
Yeah. Well, I know what
All right,
I know
with-
what the room looks like.
with
Yeah,
that,
we just stay where you are, Skathis. You go back to the room.
Yep.
And I'll activate this for the chat. So you just stay where you are, and I know what you're looking at. So which tomb are you going to touch?
The one that's Karnas tried to break open or break apart,
Okay.
the southern one.
Let me just go back to my view. So, you're going to finish your conversation with Zadriel, or is that what you say to her? And then
I was doing that as she was
upstairs?
heading upstairs.
Okay. So it was the southern vault. So you move, but as everyone else moves upstairs, you turn and head back towards the southern sarcophagus. Ooh. You put your hand on the tomb, and you hear a voice. This is not for you.
Okay. Who is it for then?
You don't get any other response.
All right, I'll do one of the others. We'll go the eastern side.
The eastern sarcophagus. You place your hand on it. You get a surge of energy running through your body. And I need you to roll wisdom save for me.
17.
17. You take 47 points of psychic damage
Awesome.
as this, whatever this is, you just hear a loud screech in your mind, blinding white light. And it throws you
that's
back
the end.
10 feet from the sarcophagus. Are you unconscious?
Yes.
We will leave you there for the moment.
Awesome. Bye.
I will actually move you back downstairs, but we'll leave you just there for the moment. So, as you are at the top of this temple, guys, or in this particular room, you're there by yourselves. There we go. There's the sound. Zadriel's the last to come up the stairs after Skathis' remarks, and you indeed see exactly what Adok described to you. You see a library. After maybe a minute, you realise that Skathis hasn't followed you up. Well, Zadriel, you're probably the first to notice that he hadn't followed you up the stairs. He wasn't behind you. You didn't hear him.
Where's Skathis, guys? We're supposed to be together.
Skathis,
Oh,
I'll get
yes.
you to roll your first death save, Skathis, please.
He's
And DM
pulling
it
an
to me.
Emilia on us, isn't he, Mr. Stibb?
Yeah, that never worked out well for her.
It's just a straight D20, yeah?
Yep. I'll just put you in this corner for now, and I'll make you invisible.
If you all want, I've got to have a bit of a look
Just
around
DM
this
me in
room.
Discord.
Do you guys want to have a look yourselves? I'll go check on the old scaly boy downstairs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's-
good idea.
Don't move yourself down to Adok. We'll just roleplay it. We've got a couple of minutes, and then we'll call it.
I'm happy to let Adolf go down the stairs and check on our friend Skathis. That would be lovely.
DM me your
'Cause I'm not doing
death save in Discord, Trash, and I'll get you to make another one as well. So you guys remain upstairs. Adok, you head downstairs. We'll resolve this into a second. So you guys upstairs. What are you guys doing in particular up here?
I'd like to glance over the bookshelves. Zadriel, are you going to do something similar?
Yeah, I will go to the opposite of you.
I was thinking if we work together, we might find something giving you advantage.
I would investigate the entire room.
I'm just going to aid whoever does because I'm crappy at that, that's all.
I am just biding my time until this fucking potion ends.
Oh, you're still little.
No, you definitely would have been finished by now. Like, it's been at
Okay.
least 10 minutes, so you would have returned to normal
So-
size. So I'll get you to roll your
who's
second, please,
investigating?
Trash.
You, Fibble, I'll just aid you.
That was.
With advantage.
What was your first? You didn't DM me your first one.
That one.
Okay, cool. So, your investigation 23 Fibblestib. So Fibblestib, as all of you, I would say, are looking around these tomes, the first thing you notice that none of them have a title on the spine. They all appear blank. Fibble, you probably go to one of the lower shelves and pull one of these tomes off, and they look like pristine. Like, all these books are pristine, the leather-bound covers. They look not unlike spell tomes that you've possibly seen in your past, from whether it wizards or sorcerers, even from other spellcasters that they've learnt from. But you open it, and the first book you open, all the pages are blank. You go to another book, same thing, no title, pages are blank. Half a dozen books or so from different parts of the room, they're all blank, as far as you can tell. We'll leave you guys there for just a moment, and we will head downstairs to Adok and Skathis. So Adok, you make your way back down the spiral staircase, back down to the room, and what you are greeted with is Skathis lying motionless on the floor, about the center of the room. He's sprawled out, like one arm's up, the other's down, one leg's at an odd angle. It looks like, to you would safely assume that he's looks like he's been thrown here by something, but he's unmoving.
Adok is immediately going to grab his flute and just like point it around like a gun to like every angle. And he's going to slowly approach Skathis, then he's going to reach out a leg and just going to nudge him.
Does he
Scathus!
move?
Scathus! Stop playing around. Get up.
Unmoving.
Scathus? He's got to like go down and do a medicine check to see if he can see any vital
Roll
signs.
medicine.
Oh yeah, great. A lovely 6.
You're not sure whether he's unconscious or dead or what, but he's not moving, and you're not. It doesn't look like he's breathing. You're not 100% sure.
Adok is then going to take a look up the spiral staircase and look around for a bit.
Okay, back up the stairs.
Oh no, sorry. He's going to look up to see if anyone can see down.
If you were to move to the centre thing, if Karnos or anyone is at the railing, they would definitely see you. You would see them. You'd see the shadows moving around up there. You would easily be able to call up. It's only like 30, 40 feet to the top. Decisions.
Adok is very carefully and silently as he can going to expend another d20 and cast Reduce on Scathus.
Okay.
So you're going to cast Reduce on him? Reducing his size?
Yep.
Okay. It appears to reduce his size to size small.
Oh shit, that's a lot of health I just lost.
Oh, oh.
Wow. Okay.
He's going to me. Oh, fuck, that hurt a lot. Alright, Scathus, my boy. You and me, we're going to go for a bit of a walk. And then I'm going to grab him, and then I'm going to start to drag him off slowly.
Where are you going to drag him?
Back down towards where the crevices are, just off into the distance.
Okay. We will call our session there, I think. I think that's a good place to end.
Yeah.
Little devious plan, perhaps. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us this evening. Ooh, interesting. This played out way different than I thought it was going to. So once again, chat, thank you for hanging out with us again for another Wednesday night Curse of Strahd. And thank you, players, for once again providing a more awesome story for our viewers and our campaign. Fairyface, thank you for the follow, and Drax for the resub, 27 months. Thank you very much, my dude. Appreciate that heaps. Now, as per usual, we're going to scoot around our players and get some moments from tonight. Chat, if you've got any moments, at Evldoa in the chat, put them in the chat, we'll read them out. We're going to start with Scathus tonight, because Scathus has been a little interesting this evening with some interesting decisions, which may have cost him dearly.
I think it has.
So, Scathus, Trashman, a moment or two from you, sir.
Can't really pick a moment, but I more of a thought process that's going through Scathus' head more than anything.
Well, we can't give too much away, so you don't want to give away your thought processes, but obviously something's going on, and yes, it's interesting.
But yeah, I enjoyed the battle. That was fun. That's about it.
Yeah, the battles in the temple have been rather challenging for you guys, I must admit. A little bit more challenging than most throughout the campaign so far, so that's been pretty cool. We will go to Karnos next.
Sweet. Yeah, I agree that the battle was good. I actually felt that battle was more closely sort of, for our group numbers wise, it seemed to be a nice even battle. Nonetheless, I think for me, Fibble's description of the potion, like, oh, maybe it'll work. It's 100%, well, 90, 80% that it will probably not. I just thought that was really good, even though the potion itself description was straightforward to the point.
Yeah,
his description was really good.
What gave me something to work with is the M, which is what we turned out with the little person, little Zadriel. It was great.
And, well, that brings me to my next one. Zadriel getting stuck in the rock and in that sort of caveway and saying, Fibble, these supple things are in the way. That was pretty good. I got a few more, but we'll let everyone else have a turn, eh? So.
Speaking, good segue to Fibblestep.
Cam dragging off Scathers.
Right at the very... I didn't expect that. I didn't really know what Adok was going to do at that particular junction, so it'll be interesting to see next week.
Yeah, that definitely has been the best part of tonight. Outside of the combat. Combat's always fun, so yeah.
Next up, we will go to Zadriel.
Well, speaking of, I like Adok explaining what boobs are. That's great, Adok. I love it. It's gonna do Fibble's push it. Trashy's RP is getting better and better with what he said to Zadriel. So good. So proud of you. And also Carnos' descriptions of his killing blows is always nice to hear.
Indeed. Adok, did we get to you? We didn't. No, you're last. We're going to get to you, Adok the Grey, or Adok the Who-Man.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Fibbles 5, 20, 50, 80% one as well. That was a good. I was like, fuck. I could see like doing the math in his head. It's like, wait. But yeah, also I actually really enjoyed Zadriel's use of the Ravenkind. Like, I think that's cool. Like, we have such cool items. I don't think any of us has really pulled out, besides Karnas with the Sun Sword, and now Fibble with the dagger. But that Ravenkind was really cool. So I really enjoyed that.
It's the first opportunity. Yeah, it's really the first opportunity you've had to use it. So it's been sort of the battles have been kind of out with more humanoid creatures rather than undead. So it's been. It was good to see it come out.
And I'm really intrigued about this. There's something going on between Scathus and Zadriel. I don't know what the hell, but I really want to know, and I feel like I'm going to find out next week.
maybe not. Yeah. So chat has come up with a couple here as well. We've got Tiny Zadriel was freaking awesome. Kitty Clements, you're about as useless as tits on a bull. I think it was from Adok to Karnos, I believe, or to Scathus. To Scathus, I think it was. It was to someone, anyway.
Most of the comments Adok's had has been directed at Scathus.
Yeah, pretty much. We had an extra one from Baz here. Limp Dick Monk squealing flute firebolt inspiration via reminder of Emily Head Smash. That was pretty good. Adok's description of inspiring Zadriel, that was a collection there, and do you cool monk shit? Definitely. For me, I think there was a couple of moments. Obviously, that very last moment with Adok going, I'm going to shrink this guy and drag him off, because he knows he's not very strong, so that's probably why I shrunk him, I'm assuming. But also, too, just the back and forth between Scathus and Karnos. You guys are playing up your dark gifts very, very well. Zadriel's description of the Finger of Death, once again, very well played, and playing that out. And obviously Fibble's just Fibble. I mean, come on. Everything that Fibble does is just eclectic and just weird. So it actually is really, really awesome. And again, I'm going to reiterate what Yanti has said. Trash. Your RP in the last 3 or 4 sessions of this particular campaign have been top notch. You're really playing into what is happening to Scathus and what you are wanting to do with the character, and you've got an idea and you're rolling with it. And unfortunately, it may not have turned out the way you hoped, but who knows? We'll see what happens next week.
Well, either way, Strahd gets his victim.
Well, you never know. I mean, it really depends on what Adok's going to do with your dead body. Well, unconscious body. Dead body? Unconscious body?
Yes.
So,
are you already dead?
Maybe not.
No. Mate, yeah.
Well, it depends on what you want to do.
Close to something.
Baz, you had to go there. Dude, someone had to do it. Forget it with me, my brother. But that is us for another week, guys. Did we allow that? Yep.
Yeah,
so
it took ages to check it.
Yeah. I didn't realise it was coming up permit until I just sort of read it better. But that's it for Wednesday night for us. Again, don't forget to rejoin us here on Sunday for Vampire the Masquerade, episode 9. 2 episodes away from the end of the season, and things are getting a little interesting over there as well. So make sure you rejoin us here same time on Sunday night for the VTM. Go check out Yanti's channel on Friday for not Stormlord's Wrath, Sleeping Dragon's Wake. I always get confused. Sleeping Dragon's Wake over there with a continuing story. Most of these faces you'll see over there as well, and a few of the others in the chat. As I say, next week, other streams will be as and when. Got Hunter at home for the holidays, or for the remainder of the holidays, so I won't be streaming as much. But we will be doing the occasional stream somewhere, whether it's making some more NPCs for campaign 2, things like that. But make sure, guys, if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord and vote in the adventure poll. I have put in 6 mini adventure names. Don't be fooled by the names. The names may not actually have anything to do with what is depicted in the title, aka the snake pit is not about nope ropes. Just to reiterate that. So make your vote.
That means I'll have to change my decision then.
So the adventure that gets the most votes will be selected for the mini adventure, which will be done after Roasted Chicken's mini adventure at the end of Curse of Strahd. So we'll have a little while to plan it, which is good. It'll give me a chance to put it all into Foundry and get things done for that. Once we have the adventure chosen, I won't call for players right away, but we'll do that closer to when we're actually going to do it, because we've got roasted ones to do first. So as I said, once Curse of Strahd finished, we will finish the campaign. We'll do a week, the following week at the end of it, a Just Chatting session to talk about the campaign, get some questions from the chat and from players and vice versa. And then we will probably do a session 0 off stream, depending on what Cam wants to do. And then we'll get into it. So we'll set a date once we're a little bit closer. So without any further ado, guys, I think that's it from us. Do we have anyone to raid tonight? That is the question before we take off. Does anyone have anyone they would like to raid? I don't think I have anyone on. Oh, is Era live? There, we'll keep it with the community. We'll go over and annoy Mr. Era. He's playing the Master Chief collection on the old Halos. We'll definitely go check him out when my computer plays ball. Gotta get to my dashboard. My streaming computer is slowly dying, I think. Come on. Everything so slow. My God, it's having a super go slow. Here we go. Probably should have just typed in the chat, would have been so much faster. Fuck it, that's exactly what I'm going to do. There we go, guys. Go check out Mr. Era. Go hang out with him. If you're not following, follow. Send our regards to Mr. Era and whatever he is doing. We will see you guys on Sunday.